and honors due to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rachakudash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, safety, much love, and blessing to the Akim across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and sincerity and putting their lives on the line to do so. I want to say shalom to you, brothers. I'm the brother Arak out of GMS Atlanta, back in the spirit with another exhortation. And Lord willing, this be exhorting and also edifying to an elect member or two. I'd like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone as well. Not sure if I mentioned that, but this is going to be another installment of the daily exhortation. This is going to be number 8. All right. Now, according to the Bible, to exhort means to strongly encourage, urge, or advise someone to take a specific positive action, particularly in their spiritual life and faith. All right. So in this lesson, I'm going to be exhorting brothers to flee from their youthful lust. Okay. This is 2 Timothy 2:22. It says, flee also youthful lust, but follow the righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call upon the Lord out of a pure heart. Okay. So, fleeing, let's get that word, flee. In your lineage, flee. Matter of fact, let's get youthful first, because this particular verse says youthful lust. All right, so when you come into the truth, you shouldn't be dealing with the same battles that you faced 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, how many ever years ago. All right, if you're facing the same lusts and temptations that you were, and you haven't overcome them in over the years or times, then that means you need to do a little bit more self-reflecting. Okay, and also pray more fast and really attack the youthful lust head on, the things that are still hindering you from growth due to youthful lust. Okay, this is the word youthful in the blue letter. It's a Greek word, neoterakos. It says peculiar to an age of youth, youthful, younger, young, and it says an attendant, servant, inferiority in rank. Okay, so as I was saying, the same things that you were doing, you came in as a disciple, and if you growing up in the ranks, in a particular camp, these lustful youths, or these temptations shouldn't have the same effect or weight on you without you being able to flee from them. Okay, and fleeing doesn't mean that you tempt yourself. Okay, you put yourself in situations just to show how strong you are. No, fleeing is totally avoiding them, going the opposite direction. When you see temptation of your youthful lust from a distance, it's not going towards them and trying to, shit, I can handle this shit. It don't bother me no more. Because all that's going to do is put you in an environment to have you act on your youthful lust. It's best to just avoid it altogether. If it's going to be, let's say, one of your lusts, and you struggle with, let's say, for instance, gluttony. You like to eat a lot. All right, you wouldn't go to a buffet where it's all you can eat and sit there and say, well, I'm just going to have one plate. All right, while you may be able to do that, it's best to just avoid the buffet altogether and go get you a salad or get you a small plate from somewhere else. Okay, that's just an example. Youthful lusts are not always sexually and temptation. You can deal with impulsiveness, flying off at the handle. And every single thing you don't like someone says, you react to it. That's a sign of youthful lust. All right. Pride and ego, anger, aggression, you name it. All right. Recklessness, All of that is part of youthful lust, because those things you were doing in your youth, you shouldn't be doing if you're an older man and you're maturing. But if you still are a youthful man, all right, a young man that just have come in, you have to work continuously on fleeing these things that you know you have character flaws in. Okay. Um, you know, and we have examples in the scripture too of men that were not able to. The prime example, all right, or the main example that comes to mind is Samson. All right, not being able to flee his youthful lust, and it cost him everything. His strength, freedom, it just cost him, man. It wrecked Samson. When you speak of Samson now in today's society, he's one of the major accounts in the Bible that people always revert back to when it comes to not being able to flee from your youthful lust when it comes to women. You know, from there, let's get. Well, I'm not gonna get it. I'm just gonna quote it. How I mentioned you putting yourself in situations to get burnt. The scriptures tell us, does anyone pity a charmer? Salaki is. Let me see if I can get it real quick. If I can get the words. Pity a charmer. Salaki. See if I can find this. So that's going to be in the Apocrypha. Sirach 12 and 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh to wild beasts? Okay. So if you putting yourself in a situation to be bit, nobody should have pity on you once you are bitten. All right. Or no one will. And that's the same thing with fleeing the youthful lust, not putting yourself in certain situations that you know is going to or provoke those spirits in you to act on it. Okay. And then, youthful lust is not always physical, it's mental too. Proverbs 6 and 27 tells us, can a man, so like it says, Proverbs 6 and 27, I'm here now. It says, can a man take a fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burnt? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burnt? So the answer to that is no. If you're putting these things that you know will burn you close to you, or if you're putting your feet on hot coals and you know that will burn you, that's exactly what's going to happen. All right. And it's the same thing with the youthful lust. That aligns in the metaphor or the analogy that I just read about, in the previous script back in Sirach, about being pitied by one that is bitten by a serpent, having pity on them. All right. So putting yourself in these situations to be burnt, you will be burnt. So it's best to just avoid them altogether. Stay spiritually clear of these youthful lusts. All right. And we know it's a daily. Yeah, me personally, I've been in the truth for a minute now. I know that, lust will come and go. It's a constant struggle. It's a constant battle of renewing your mind daily, and just constantly being aware of these things, because subconsciously they'll be in the back of your head and you don't even know you're thinking about things. But that's why it's important to filter your thoughts, man, because they will creep up if you're not acknowledging the thoughts. And then it's okay to have the thoughts, okay? But it's how you rebuke those thoughts and not act on them. All right. Because all a thought is, or emotion, is just your brain doing what it's doing. Now, how you react to it, or if you act upon it, that's on you. All right. that shows flaws in your spiritual armor. So, Lord willing, this was exhorting. I'm going to end it giving all praise, Lord, and honor to Yahweh.